Hello everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm here to introduce our new blend, Ginger Green Pu'er. Now before we begin, if you haven't done so already, check out our back catalog of episodes and I'll make sure that I put some up here that are germane to this one. Also, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already so these episodes come fresh to you. So I call this blend, and this is a custom blend that I made, kind of the best of both worlds. I've talked about in a previous episode, maybe it hasn't come out yet, out of the 6 categories of tea that come out of the Camellia sinensis plant, which 2 categories I perceive, and it's just my humble opinion, I perceive to be the healthiest. And this is a question that I get asked at the tea store when people come in. And I've talked about how, and in my opinion, it's going to be green tea and Pu'er. And why Pu'er? Well, Pu'er is the most famous of the dark teas, and as we know, especially if you've watched this, Pu'er is a probiotic drink. It's got beneficial fungus and bacteria on it. And we know with the more and more research and science coming out, the importance of the microbiome. 90% of the cells in us and on us are not human. So we have this great symbiotic relationship where on one side you have our immune system and probiotic bacteria, or the good bacteria, fighting against the pathogenic bacteria. So we want to have a good balance of probiotic or beneficial bacteria in our gut, in our skin, in our orifices. And so the 2 best ways to do this is eat prebiotic foods, which are foods that naturally grow your probiotic bacteria that we already have inside of us, and eat probiotic food or fermented food. So Pu'er is one of them. So Pu'er, kind of like they used to have with the cereal commercials, how sugar cereal was part of a healthy breakfast, and they would show toast and orange juice, like all this sugar garbage. But Pu'er is part of the puzzle of having a good gut health and not having leaky gut syndrome or dysbiosis or whatnot. So the tea that we're doing here is going to be 50% Pu'er, golden Pu'er. And then the other category of tea that I'm grabbing from is green tea. Green tea, along with white tea, has the highest level of antioxidants, polyphenols as they're called. And then within the polyphenol family, it's the catechins or catechins. And so tea has the most catechins of anything pretty much on the planet. And so when you look within the categories or classes in the Camellia sinensis world, green, white, yellow, black, so forth, greens and whites, because they are either the most pristine, like white, where we just pluck the leaves and leave them out on the sun for days, or green, where they pluck them and kill green them immediately. These 2 have the highest amount of antioxidants. So arguably, green tea is the healthiest out of the 6 categories of tea. So what we do here is we're getting a little green and a little Pu'er, and whammo, we got this super tea. I also throw in ginger because ginger is a superfood. It's a superfood. It is great for digestive health. It's great for your immune system. It's great for a lot of things. It's great for autoimmune problems as well. And it tastes great if you like it. So when you try this blend, look at it this way. I've had to break down the percentage. It's 50% Pu'er, 33% gunpowder Chinese green, 70% ginger. So it's kind of a merger of my ginger green custom blend with Pu'er. So the way I look at it is this: when you taste it, it's not too earthy because of the green and the ginger, but it's not too green because of the ginger and the Pu'er. So when you taste it, it's going to have a unique taste to it because it's a blend of almost like 2 different worlds, where you're getting something like Pu'er, which is on the far side of the tea spectrum, with something that's on the other side, the polar opposite. So when you taste it, along with the ginger, you're going to get kind of the refreshingness of green tea with the earthiness and the high percentage dark chocolate taste that you get with Pu'er thrown with a little ginger. So as with the other teas, on this one I would recommend 3 infusions, do 3-minute infusions 3 times. And with the temperature, really you got to play around with it, because aside from like pure green teas, when it looks to anything that's like a mixed category like these, or anything maybe in the oolong range too as well, since it has Pu'er in it, you do want to do it pretty hot for the Pu'er to extract the most out of the Pu'er. But you don't want to go too hot to make the green tea bitter. But the bitterness, the possible bitterness of the green tea is going to be balanced by the Pu'er and balanced by the ginger. So I would tell you it's better in this case to err on the side of going a little hot. So even though there is gunpowder green in this, I would not do this at 175. I would probably do it around 190 or 200. And like when you do Gong Fu, play around, do multiple infusions, try different temperatures. Different temperatures will give you different things. We know that higher temperatures and longer infusions will give you more caffeine. It might give you a different flavor complexity. So like when you do Gong Fu, sometimes you do different temperatures, sometimes you mess with the infusion rates and so forth. I would say because this is a blend of polar opposites, I would do 190 to 200, but definitely play around with it and see which one you feel gets the best taste. But in closing, I think this ginger green pu'er is like, if you want the healthiest of everything that comes from the tea plant, this is the blend for you. Guys, post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care and God bless.